Topic 5, Innovation and Design, Lesson 6, Rogers'Characteristics of Innovation and Consumers. Rogers is going to tell you the things that factor into whether or not a product is successful in the marketplace or not. So here's Carl Rogers. He passed away in the 80s. A couple quotes from him. In my early professional career, I was asked the question, how can I treat or cure or change this person? Now I would phrase the question in this way. How can I provide a relationship which this person may use for his own personal growth? Another one. When someone really hears you without passing judgment on you, without trying to take responsibility for you, without trying to mold you, it feels damn good. So here's Rogers' 5 characteristics that impact on consumer adoption of an innovation. So you have relative advantage, compatibility, complexity, observability, and trialability. And you'll notice that relative advantage and compatibility both have a times 1.5 next to them, and the other ones only have a times 1. That means that they are 50% more important than the other qualities. So you would give these each a value, a rating, and then out of 30 points, and a product would be rated on all 5, and you would get a score. And the higher that score, the more likely the product is to be successful. Rogers' 5 categories of consumers. I showed you one before with 4 categories, so Rogers says there's 5. You have the innovators, who are the first individuals to adopt an innovation. They're willing to take risks. They're willing to try a product because they're so excited about it, even if there's a high chance that it doesn't work and it's not going to be what they thought it would be. Early adopters are the second fastest category to adopt an innovation. The early majority is the third group, tends to take more time to consider adopting new innovations. The late majority adopts the innovation after it has been established in the marketplace. They're seldom willing to take risks with the new innovation. And then the laggards are the last to adopt an innovation. They tend to prefer traditions and are unwilling to take risks. Innovations take time to diffuse into a target audience. Nature of design. Rogers' 4 main elements that influence the spread of new ideas rely heavily on human capital. Innovation, and human capital means money. Innovation, communication channels, time, social system. The idea must be widely accepted in order to be self-sustainable. Designers must consider various cultures and communities to predict how, why, and at what rate new ideas and technology will be adopted. International-Mindedness. The origin of Rogers' theory in 1 or 2 areas may lead to inappropriate application on a global basis. Positive and negative aspects may be opposite in different regions and countries. TOK. Design takes into account cultural differences. Are other areas of knowledge universal or culture-specific? Aim 10. By categorizing consumers, the designer can identify particular segments with a market sector to gain feedback. By engaging with these stereotypes, the designer can utilize their experiences with the prototype in order to guide further development. We oftentimes use the word stereotype with a negative connotation. With design, it's actually a great thing. It allows you to be very efficient. When you're designing for a target audience, you're not designing for any particular person. You're designing for the stereotype of that audience. Consumerism has social roots. Consider the issues for companies in a global marketplace when attempting to satisfy consumer needs in relationship to the lifestyle, the values, and the identity of those consumers. Consumers can influence diffusion. The influence of social media in rallying support for or boycotting of some products and systems, which act as crowdfunding platforms. You may be familiar with some of these: Kickstarter, Celeband, Seedrs, Crowdcube, and GoFundMe. Also examine the role of social networks as methods of raising brand awareness: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapface, TikTok nowadays. Consumer choices are influenced by trends in the media, including advertising through magazines, television, radio, product placement through film and television, sponsorship, outdoor advertising, and product endorsement.